Have a Bonnie's ball.
Have a ball.
Have a ball.
On me.
Had one yesterday.
Oh, you
There you go. Well, these are different. These are pepperoni.
Excellent, I love them.
And like I said, unfortunately, they should be very melty and hot, but they're not.
Okay.
They're getting us a
My third chance to chip sample them.
product. Now, yesterday I brought Jamaican jerk, plain cheese curd, dill and garlic.
Oh, yeah.
They were really good.
Where was this?
How do I get in on it?
The buffalo wing.
The buffalo wing, I've had customers that put it in a panini press, and then they take like fried chicken, and they use the fried chicken, and so they got the buffalo wing, and it's nice and contained, and it's not messy, and they use the buffalo wing sliders for buns.
You work for a cardiac surgeon or something?
I'm a teacher, I'm super healthy. I don't eat a lot of these, I just make them.
Is your coffee?
Well, Michael said he was around the corner 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, well,
So,
I'll tell you,
I know.
you may want to reconsider the timing of this till they go move to Spark.
Yeah.
Everything shut down.
That's actually very true.
What do you mean everything?
They're all the roads are
You can't
closed.
get there from here. I mean, and the traffic is backed up. I mean, over here, you got one lane over to this parking lot, and that's it, and then you get to come out back home. Yeah, everything shut down. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Second.
Right on the east
Yeah.
side?
West side.
West side?
Me too. I actually just parked. I'm probably gonna have a ticket because I kept trying. They had a sign that said, no traffic except parking garage. And so I'm like,
Okay.
and the guy was just like, go.
So you think like
So I just.
Michael! Welcome!
It's just gonna be like this all summer.
but you think it'll be better at 9 o'clock?
Yeah, because everybody will.
Because everybody will be at the office.
I feel like this is
Yes,
my
but
traffic
there's a
walk
van.
every morning.
And there's like, you have to have a.
Good morning.
Sorry, Facebook Live. We're slacking this morning.
We'll be going live in a few minutes.
We'll be useful in a few minutes.
I know.
No, my tirade was recorded, huh?
So that'll get you into the back.
Which is where?
I think down there.
No. Back and around to the left of the elevators and around. He'll find it.
Are you? Yeah, good.
Hello. How did you?
We're great.
Yeah. Yes, you made it?
Yes, that's right. By the finish line, I still have gas in my car, thank God.
Oh, okay.
It's close though.
That's where we're at today. Okay, everyone grab your coffee and then have a seat.
Bonnie?
Yes.
Okay.
Bonnie, do you need a left?
They're not healthy. By
He doesn't have, he doesn't have any
they're
recommendation.
also intended
He does not.
to be like 12 inches.
Probably would have been good to just have like 10 minutes ago.
What I would want.
So it's like,
I mean, if you can get them hot, I mean, they stay hot for quite a while. It's eco-friendly because you're not going to, you've got all of this plastic around, the nachos and all this stuff. It's almost like being able to battery in that and it's all. You definitely eliminates
Yeah.
the waste.
All the options for it. Yeah. Something else is coming up on Spain.
So for Halloween, and it goes.
Yeah.
they're closing that off.
I couldn't quite tell what it was like.
So like by deluxe, like deluxe, and they're closing that road off from all the way.
That's just like pushing back.
Let me just give you bar references from deluxe to Great Dane. It's like really.
There we go. Thank you.
How I identify my town and my driving record.
Yeah. Coming in, grab this back up from the corner.
Well, yeah, and so that's kind of, I was doing that.
Weird to be like, all right guys, it's time for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it would be weird. But would deter people from coming if we don't?
I was terrified. It didn't well. Well, they said you're really very well.
Yeah,
I talked to them.
but if you need this one for something else.
But, I said to all my friends, just, I am who I am. Thank you.
All right, Bonnie, I think you're up. Like, this is a really casual,
Yeah, I'm wearing my socks
intro. If you haven't already had the chance, please grab a ball from Bonnie's Balls. She is excited to be here. Yeah, grab seconds. My name is Julianne. I am the Director of Business Development at the Madison Club. Very happy to have you guys here. Her traffic was a little bit difficult, so we will figure out a solution to that ASAP. We're reopening all we're just going to go reopen. Open only for 1 million cups, so make sure you get the sticker that you put on the car. Anyway, announcement-wise, Culture Community is May 10th. So that will be at 8 a.m. at the Madison Club. And Culture Con is June 6th and 7th. I really like culture, so I don't know if you can tell that. Those are some really cool, fun events coming up. Diana will talk about the Ven Fair.
Yep, I'll do another shout out for Ven Fair. That's not until August, so it's a little premature, but I am starting to get sponsors lined up. So if anybody knows anyone who would like to sponsor the Ven Fair, Matt, wink, wink, I'm just kidding. Then I'm looking to get people signed up. The earlier you sign up, the better table spot you're going to get. We're going to give you all kinds of benefits for actually telling us who's going to attend when you do sign up. So please do that, and I'm sure Dennis will talk a little bit more about that as well.
Any other announcements? Leah will be back in May. She's has doctor's appointments for that thing. She's growing inside of her.
I'm still looking for social media help as far as the organizing team. If anybody wants to assist with social media, I've been severely lacking in that category. And it would benefit our sponsors and our presenters if there was better social media coverage from 1 Million Cups. So if you know anyone who'd be interested in stepping up and helping with social media, that would be a huge help.
And with that, I will thank our sponsors.
Yes.
Old National Bank for the space, Field 59 for bringing us the live stream. Old National Bank for the coffee, Crescendo Coffee, if any of you guys are interested.
And Old National Bank
Old National Bank one more time for everything.
And Healthfish, no.
And Healthfish for providing half of our stuff.
For providing Michael.
So, Michael, do you have any announcements?
I have no announcements.
Okay, well with that, Bonnie's going to do a pretty casual presentation today, so let's bring her around.
You want to do introductions today?
Oh my gosh, yes. What is wrong with me?
Julianne hasn't had her vodka this morning yet. I'm Diana.
I hate vodka, not my choice.
I'm Diana Pastrana. I'm with M&M Office Interiors. So we're a commercial interior designer located in Middleton, but we access all over Dane and surrounding counties. I am also the lead organizer of 1 Million Cups and with Culture Community.
I'm Julianne. I'm with the Madison Club. I am part of Culture Community and not the lead organizer of 1 Million Cups, but I'm just here.
Present.
I'm present.
I'm Michael. I write code for Healthfish.
Hi, my name is Matt Shu. I'm a manufacturing hub for Human Scale. We're an office ergonomics company, so we help make office work spots more active and healthy.
I'm Dennis Burnham. Among many things, I'm Merlin Mentors, but also, Diana didn't mention this, we have a thing, an event at the Ford Fest called Badger Startup Summit. She runs the Ven Fair for 1 Million Cups. I run the Pitch and Replay, which is a chance if you have a business idea and you want to test it out with about 5-6 people, 5-6 groups rather, and you get a chance to pitch it 5 times at this. There'll be more information, but if you have an idea that you want to kind of test, come talk to me.
I'm Kyle Herman. I'm part owner of Pond Pro.
Mike Watson, Chief Fishing Officer. Do quality fishing gear from beginner to pro.
Andrew Gonzalez. I run a commercial team of bankers here in Greater Wisconsin. I do want to just say real quick too, again, for those that came a little bit later, there are some badges to be able to use for the bathroom, because that's an urban land thing is the reason why they have that stuff shut off. There are 14 parking spots that are available on Carroll, just to the side of the bank. Now they're metered with those things you can plug in and mark which number you're in. They've had some cranes out there, so I'm not sure if that's available today, but there's also public parking underneath the building. So you can certainly park down underneath. There's a number of spots. It might be down on level 4 or 5 or 6, but there's enough spots for everyone if you want to park there.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Trent Vida. I'm a student at the university studying computer science and computer engineering.
I'm John Allison. I'm a student at UW as well. And I'm studying political science.
My name is Josh Helling. My background is in sector of product development, technology operations. So I had a startup a while ago that I grew and stayed with for a while. I've recently left the company that acquired it to get back to entrepreneurial things.
I'm Anna. I'm a student at UW studying Spanish and journalism.
Hey guys, I'm Rahel. I'm also a student at UW studying computer science and entrepreneurship.
Hi, I'm Trevor. I'm also a student at UW. I'm undecided.
My name is Derek. I'm just an entrepreneur in the tech industry.
Perfect.
Welcome, students. With that, did we get it?
No, you got it.
I think we got it all.
Sorry, guys. Bonnie, you're up.
Hello, I'm Bonnie Ramey. My company is Bonnie's Balls. We are all eating them. Hopefully they're good. Like I said, they should be hot. Nobody likes cold balls. So, but it is what it is. I presented at the Merlin Mentors yesterday, and I was sort of blinded with fear. I have a little bit of social anxiety, so if I start to ramble, just say like, rein it in, Ramey, and I'll refocus me, okay? So having thought about yesterday where I was kind of panicky, I'm going to start backwards and work my way this way, because I think the whole point is, what do I need from you, or what can you help me with? So I'm going to start there. I need help with marketing, and I need help with selling avenues. Right now at this moment, no. But in the next maybe month or so, I'm going to need to pick up my sales. So a little bit about this company. It's not necessarily about my passion for making the product. It's a passion to give back to the community. So as I had mentioned, I'm very interested in conscious capitalism. I think that, especially right now in our country, we're seeing a decline in that, perhaps. So I am working with Feed. Feed is a commercial kitchen. They employ people below the poverty line, and they send them through a nonprofit free bakery program to give them a skill. They also employ people, for lack of a better term, we just need a second chance. Ex-cons, people who are recovering. So I started working there kind of because I was told, like, if you work out of your home, you're going to get in big trouble. And I was like, okay. So I started working there, and I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the people. They're like salt of the earth, good, hardworking people, and it just felt right. And they're really, really struggling as a business financially, because all the food carts that you see, all the caterers, they work out of Feed, and they just there's a lot of behind payments. So anyway, long story short, I've went down several avenues to how to produce this product and how am I going to get this company up and running. I tried to do it myself. One little ball maker, I just couldn't do it. I mean, it's a long process. So I wasn't making enough, and my rent was more than I was actually making. And I was selling out like 2-3 months in advance. People were like, oh, when you're making this order, I want 3 dozen. When you're making this, I want this. And I had to just stop because I was driving myself. Like, I was having major anxiety of trying to pay this rent and all these things. Then I started looking into, as I was leaving yesterday, the gentleman mentioned this machine. He was showing me these products in China and saying, look, there's somebody that does this. There is a machine that does it. It's $100,000. The company's Rayon. It's an encruster. I can tell you every single solitary thing you'd want to know about this machine. But the most important thing is I have no place for it right now. So it's useless. It cranks out 60 balls a minute, and there's going to be a point, I'm 100% convinced, when I will have one, maybe 2. Because I want to be on the Food Channel, man. So I'm just not there yet. Right now, I was trying to think of how can I get this product made where I'm not the only one making it. It was like causing arthritis in my hands. So I asked Feed if there's some way I could work with them, and initially they said no, that they don't take on commercial businesses. But I was very persistent, and I kept bugging them about it. So I sat down with the manager and I said, she said, what would you want? And I said, I want you to do my product for me. Like ideally, it would be great if I could somehow employ, you know, the people who are at feed or going through the bakery program to make this product, and you can package it. I'll kick down for this dough divider, which was, you know, 15 grand, but it was much less than $100,000. And, you know, you guys can use it, and that's going to increase your productivity, which is going to increase your revenue. And then you guys can also learn a new skill making my product, and it's going to, you know, you guys can learn how to cryovac it and how it freezes and all of these things, and eventually I believe 100%, eventually we'll have to expand to a facility, and, you know, who knows, feed could become a co-packer. And it's really big. And we can, in my mind, and I know this is sort of like, you know, pie in the sky, but we can start having scholarships for these people who are going through the program and then go to culinary school. And, you know, this is going to sound like it's out of left field, but 500 dairy farms closed last year. And there's a slew of dairy farms that are closing this year. This is a $1 billion business in Wisconsin, and it's going down the tubes because of soy milk, almond milk. I think it was Walmart got rid of their Great Value. They were taking a lot of milk from Dean, and now they have their own facility. So even though you might not recognize it, the dairy industry in this state is really taking a major hit. I use cheese curds, and right now that doesn't help. But if I'm huge, it does. And take it a step further. You know, someone said, well, how are you going to pick which farm to use? Have a dairy cooperative. So it's not only like helping, you know, Madison use local products, local flour, local everything. And it's unique. I mean, have you ever had one of these before? No. And it's because I come from Erie, Pennsylvania. In the 70s, they made this pepperoni ball. And it's kind of funny because Erie has this, like, there's a whole book about it. Erie has like a mob scene. And, you know, it's like not connected to India, but there's a mob scene. There was a murder, the Dovashaw murder. And so these were made in these 2 Italian bakeries. And like nobody has the recipe because nobody was like, nobody talks, you know. And it was like, and I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. They were both Italian-run bakeries. You've got International and you had Arnone's. And the guy that did the hit was the Arnone guy. So it was, I mean, it was like this big, really scary thing. But you go in and you're like, hey, how do you make these? Everyone's like, no. So nobody really knows how to make them. I think the theory behind it, it was usually just a ball of dough with 2 pieces of pepperoni in it. And, you know, so we've all scattered around the globe, and we, you know, go places, and we're like, hey, do you guys have pepperoni balls? And people are like, what are you talking about? Is it ball pepperoni? So we started, you know, getting people's recipe for, you know, because people make them from Erie, but they just don't taste right. They're not right. We have a large population of Polish immigrants in Erie, and I think it's a cross between sort of a Polish donut and an Italian maybe pizza dough. And I just spent a year like tweaking this recipe and made it, and it was, don't let International Bakery or Arnone's know, but I thought mine was way better. And then I'm like, hey, I'm in Wisconsin. Why don't we stuff it with cheese? And stuck a cheese curd in there. Didn't work. Started, you know, finding different ways to make it happen. So then I just started stuffing it with peanut butter and honey and chocolate, and that's where I am. I'm at a point right now where next Tuesday is going to be our first production, and they're freaking out. And I'm trying to just, you know, I'm a yoga instructor, so I'm trying to say, you know, we don't have to drive ourselves crazy. I don't have to drive you to drink to make this ball. It's not the end of the world. So I'm really trying to, I've already paid for my year, and that's paid for. And I've already paid for the dough divider, and that's paid for. And so now it's about just bringing in the profit. I've already paid for the labor, I've paid for all of that, and it was incredibly inexpensive. And so now I'm trying to be patient and not forget my goal isn't to become super rich. My goal is to help the community, and I want them to work on a pace that's good for them. So I'm hoping that Tuesday we'll bang out 20 dozen of balls. And then every Tuesday we're going to bang out 20 dozen balls. And if it starts to take off, then they'll work twice a week. And the bakery program will start incorporating my product into the learning process. So it's a give back company, changing the world one ball at a time. And I believe that. And that's why I'm doing it. And people say, well, what's your main goal? My main goal is to make money. You can't be a philanthropist without it, right?
Gotta pay your bills.
You know? Yeah, yes, my main goal is to make money. But, you know, for, I think, a higher purpose. And that makes me really, really excited. And that's
I'm curious about, so when you make them, are they frozen? Like, is it up to people who order them to bake that? Like, what?
No. Yeah, we fry them off.
Okay.
And they're going to be, I don't want to use the term flash frozen because that is sort of like the cryogenics and that's not it, but the freezer's really damn cold. So they like freeze up very fast. So they're going to be fried, frozen, and then they're going to be vacuum packed.
Okay.
And then I'm still actually at a stage of working on what kind of packaging I'm so glad students are here. Because to me, I mean, I don't know if you saw my logo, it's just a big mouth, and it's a very kitschy throwback, Land of the Lost type of, it's sort of my childhood. And so I'm looking right now for packaging. Like I said, Shamrock Bar and Grill, I'm making them a bacon cheese ball that they're going to use as buns for their breakfast sandwich, so recovery brunch, Shamrock in the next couple of months, you might want to go there. But ultimately, there'll be, I think, a product that is par cooked. So bars can cook them off themselves. But they freeze for up to 3 months. So yesterday at Merlin Mentors, I gave them a product that was frozen for 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, and I made yesterday. So they could see that, you know, it stays up in the freezer. But for shipping, it's going to be cooked. And that's also like a health, you know.
Yeah.
And it's also quality assurance. So be like, I ate this ball and it was awful, and they didn't cook it right. So
but then people are warming them up in the oven.
yes,
Okay.
yes. I have a couple friends who they don't wait that long, and we have this battle. She's like, it's my food, I can do what I want with it, but she puts it in the microwave, and I'm like, don't you know what the microwave does to bread? And she's like, it's delicious. So I am about like the air fryer. I'm about the oven, panini press. That I won't lie to you. Like when I do it now, I put it in the panini press. Because it flattens it, makes it crunchy, and the cheese is the entire. I'm a panini press girl all the way. Yes.
Bonnie, thanks for coming, and I really dig the inverse pitch style. I really thought that was really cool. I don't know if we've had anyone do that for at least as long as I can remember, so nailed it. Also, these things are delicious.
Thank you.
My question is, so your ask is sort of for kind of a marketing person. Do you need marketing, or do you need more like business development? Do you need a person who can do marketing and sales and wear both of those hats, or what do you want the person to be doing?
I'm going to just say yes.
Okay. How do we hunt
because you know, a lot of people are like, where's your business plan? Where's your business plan? I'm like, it's in my head. I've been doing this as I go. I do have a business plan. I mean, I do. It's just I'm figuring out these steps. So marketing, it's been me knocking on, you know, doors and saying, hey, I've got this product, you want to try it? I went to the dairy research development in Babcock Hall and met with the Turbo Clinic about testing. You know, I've just literally, I said it's like spaghetti. I just keep throwing myself against walls and seeing where I'm going to stick. Once I get up and running, and I think it's only fair to give the bakery at least a few weeks to a month to get the process down, then I'm going to want to know where I can sell them. And I'm going to, so I guess it's everything. I'm not really good at advertising or, yeah.
Do you have your Merlin team assigned? I forget who it was.
No, you were there, but I thought I kind of bombed it. I wasn't even sure you guys were going to give me a team because I was so panicky.
Well, I could make a few comments on that. Yeah, you were excited.
Yes.
In fact, I actually used a description. We're used to herding cats. You were an entire herd yesterday.
No, I know. I have severe social anxiety. This is hard for me.
I think Schweiger's going to meet you, Mark Schweiger. And he's the founder of Ready Crisp Bacon, so that'll be very helpful for you. I don't know if he'll be on the team. I think Wayne Harris also volunteered, who won 6 a.m. marketing.
Okay, wonderful.
But the discussion we had around you was very simple. You're a very dynamic, visionary person. Fundamentally, you have a wonderful product. You have a well-defined mission that a lot of people can buy into. What you need to do is find a way to, maybe you can't, but team up with somebody who can help you get a little focused.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
You can get, any company can be distracted by the vision.
Yes.
And forget to take the first step. And you got a lot of little things that can trip you up.
Yeah.
Big time. So you need to find, you talked about business development, but you need somebody that can help you with just the basic blocking and tackling. One of the things that we talked about right away is I asked you your cost, and you said nickel. Well, it's not a nickel. You need to really understand what your cost is. Wayne made the comment that if you're going to distribute it, they're going to mark it up. You need to understand that. So you need to, this is not necessarily the fun part, but if you want to grow this and build a business, you're going to have to deal with it. You have to figure out what your market will really bear. Now, when this thing first comes out, people may pay $10 for it. I don't know, because it's kind of cool. But after a while, you'll find out what your real market is and the price point, and then you work back from that.
Yeah. Now, I will say this. Sitting down with Feed, I do have a financial plan for the next year. So I've broken it down for like the depreciation of my machine, the labor costs. We added a column of paying myself. We've product cost.
So what is your per unit cost? Your real per unit cost?
For just the ball, it's 5 cents.
I find that really hard to believe.
It's flour.
Yeah, but you got labor, you got distribution.
Yes,
yes.
That I can tell you right. I don't have the financials in front of me because
well, this you need to know though.
Yeah, no, I do.
This is the side of stuff that you need to get a handle on.
Yes, I do.
Because if you don't, you will never reach your vision.
I agree with you.
You got to be able to consistently pay your bills.
Yes.
And people that I mentor a lot of companies, all different types. And the first thing that happens with people who have a vision of goodness, which is fine, and the nonprofit status, I ask them what their business model is, so, we're a nonprofit. Okay, you still got to pay your bills.
Yeah.
There is no difference. Nonprofit versus profit is a IRS classification. That's all it is. You have to run this like a business. You really need to get down. And I think one of the things that you need to get to very quickly, when somebody asks that question the next time, you tell them what your cost to get it to the next level is, per unit. If you don't have that, if you say a nickel, people are just going to roll their eyes and go, she has no clue. I guarantee it's not a nickel. Maybe your cost of flour, but that's not your cost. So try to get a good handle on that, and then you can start working into how can I distribute this, because everybody's going to have a different way of dealing with it. You've got probably 20 options about how you could distribute this thing. And then once you do that, then you can start, then it's time to go back to your projections and looking at how you do that. So, and hopefully, I know the Merlin team will help you with this. Try to get you a little focused on those things. They're not as much fun, but that's how you build a business.
Yeah, no.
One brick at a time.
I'm a teachable girl. I mean, like I said, I have several degrees, just none of them are in food
No, we
business.
got all that. That's what
They're not in food or business. I don't know really what I'm all about. I mean, this is how, by taking people's advice is how I've gotten.
Yeah, if we didn't think you were coachable, you wouldn't even gotten to yesterday.
But I will
we would have cut you off before that, because we look for entrepreneurs, people who are excited about what they do, are coachable, and even if this fails, are going to go to the next thing. And you're already an entrepreneur with the yoga thing. So no, we get all that. What I'm trying to now get you to the how you make this thing work.
I absolutely need to get there. I will. I mean, I hired an accountant because I just, I'm horrible with that sort of thing. And I hired, I have an attorney that's making me up a sort of a portfolio for my LLC, so I will have something concrete. So it's not just I'm this LLC. In case something happens, I'm trying to slowly get these little ducks in a row. I will tell you that for a year's worth of labor, for all of the packaging, for all of, what we factored in with my product costs, I ended up paying Feed $15,000.
But that's for a machine, right?
No.
Oh, in addition.
So, the labor, the packing, all of that. I don't have to be present. I bought the machine, and I paid them. My contract for an entire year was $50. I thought it was going to be like $40,000. I mean, when she said it's going to be a lot, and she slid the paper over, and I was like, "Is it? Is this what's this for?" And she's like, "This is it. It's my rent."
But see, that's my point. You need to go on the meetings like that, not being surprised, even pleasantly. Get a handle on those things, because it's there. A lot of startups make a mistake of going to get the attorney and the accountant. I'm not saying they're not important, but they very quickly fade out of your life, except for the monthly financials. Focus instead on people who can help you identify your market, reach your market in a cost-effective way. You've started this. I'm not. I don't want to mean this as criticism.
No.
I want to mean this.
I'm not offended by it. I have a poetry. I've been criticizing my. I'm good.
We want to see you succeed.
I know you do, and I am incredibly grateful for this opportunity. For
This is a
sure.
good one for students to be in the room for. You got like free coaching and teaching.
Yeah, just try to think of it again. You build a basement or a house, or whatever, one brick at a time.
Yeah.
No, maybe they don't build it by bricks anymore, but that was the point is still, if you're going to, you can't sit there and all of a sudden construct a roof and say, great, I'm ready to go.
No, and I have to tell you.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no.
Get back to that part.
I am there. I have been so lonely because I've been doing this alone, just alone. And I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm like, I'm winging it. Yeah, I'm winging it. I mean, I'm doing pretty good winging it, but I am winging it.
For the students here, welcome to the world of entrepreneurship.
Yeah. There have been so many times where I just want to say, I don't even need to do this. I could be like one of those lunch ladies, I don't even need to, I don't have a full-time job. I just teach yoga. Why am I doing this?
Yeah, actually,
but I want to, because I can't, as you said, herding cats. I have way too much energy.
And it's a disease, and you just have to live with it.
Okay, I don't know who is.
So I see this as a similar product to like Stella's Bakery with their breads that they have at Farmers Market, which has become a staple, which people have to have, and then they eventually work themselves into their own bakery and grocery stores. And I mean, when I think of like what kind of gifts I'm going to bring a client that is sensible, it's not ridiculously expensive, but it's thoughtful, I go and get Stella's bread because people love it. I could see this being as that kind of,
But that's
gift
also
level.
a premium. When they,
You pay
where they sell
way too
it.
much for their bread.
And you can sell it at a premium.
I'm $25 a dozen, and I have people order 2-3 dozen at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
And that's when they have to take it back and cook it themselves, right?
And
not hot and fresh. So
Well, you gotta heat it up, right?
Yeah, they have to heat it up.
Sure,
And
cool.
the one thing that I have, like I said, I have my hand in like every sort of pot that I'm supposed to be learning. And the issue is sort of like Stella's is a shelf-stable product.
Okay.
So they can be on the grocery shelf.
Okay.
I am not. I had Diebel Labs test my product. I have too much water content. So I am in the grocery stores. I'm going to take up very valuable freezer space. So that's the reason everyone's like, why aren't you in Metcalf's? I see this being shipped to grocery stores, and I think that's great, but I do not think that is my main venue of sale. I see.
Can you kind of food cart yourself?
No, I'm not a food. I don't want to. No.
I could see this at stadiums.
That's what I'm saying.
I could see that. I could see that in the park, Badger games. Just partner with them and get the sales.
Yeah. Well, we had that, as I said. I trademarked Badger balls, and the university was so not happy.
Colleges could.
Yeah.
You can use them for there.
Well, there's a ton of all those things.
I'm sorry. You had a question, and then I could. No, go ahead.
First of all, it's lovely, and I really like the part of the story. It really speaks to me where you sort of identified the local food culture from where you're from and then repurposed it and sort of recontextualized it in our local. I think that idea of making local scale but stay local is really cool. My question, I guess, is sort of related to that. It was tasty, right? And I certainly have like other food things I associate it with, but I'm curious, in its origin in Erie, when and where do you eat these things? And what are you imagining as you bring it to market here? Like, what is this? Is this drunk food? Is this?
Oh, it's so drunk food. Yeah, it's so like recovery food, drunk food. It's football stadium food. It's I have a very fortunate life right now. But when I grew up, we were like the family who got the couch off the curb. we were poor. And these were like 25 cents a ball, you know? And so if we were gonna have a treat, it literally had 2 pieces of pepperoni. And I mean, the first bite, pepperoni was in your, you know, and you just had a ball of dough. But that was like really special for us. We didn't, my mom's been a factory, which is, I think, why these are my people. You know, I have a very fortunate life right now, but my mom was a factory worker her whole life, and, you know, that's feed. You know, these people work hard, you know, and so that's, like you said, I told us, I came home, Eric, my husband's like, how'd you do? I'm like, oh my God, he started talking about Brendan's teeth. He's like, why, babe? I'm like, I don't know. The part of this, so the baker there, he's a recovering alcoholic. He works constantly. Super brilliant man. You know, articulate, hardworking, but he wouldn't talk to me because he wouldn't open his mouth because his teeth are completely rotted in his head. Long story short, my husband and I are donating a couple $1,000s, and the manager has raised $6,000, and so we're fixing his teeth. I'm so excited. I know it sounds, you're probably like, oh my God, you start talking about the, but that's huge for me. I'm really excited about that. Yeah.
So you mentioned you are not interested in food carts and you're not interested in farmers markets. However, it feels that maybe you're going to reach this plateau of demand where you have people now that you can't really meet demand, and then you want to get to that stadium level, but who's to say that it's going to come at the time that you want?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that a food cart or a farmer's market, that is a great way to have free feedback.
Well, I think it's your marketing.
Yeah.
I think your food cart is how you get to people.
Yeah, festivals, the farmer's market, food carts. The issue with the food cart is because I had to start, again, I explored that avenue. I didn't want to buy a food cart. Just for the food cart license, it's $5,000.
And there's health issues.
Yeah, huge health code laws, $5,000 for a license. Literally, we're talking $50,000 for a food truck. I mean, they are not cheap. If you want one that you can fry your product fresh. I was going to rent one. It was $375 a week. How many balls I would have to sell? I would make $19,000 a year.
What you may want to consider, though, you've heard of Famous Dave's Barbecue, right?
Yeah.
Years ago in the Twin Cities, I ran into him handing out his barbecue sauce at one of the local grocery stores. And that's how he started.
Yeah.
You may want to consider something like that. I think Metcalf's actually, even if you don't market it there, will help you.
Oh, I am. I'm going to Willie. Once we get up in production, I don't feel like in the long term that is really going to be where I'm selling most of my product, but I'm absolutely going.
Selling. I'm talking about getting marketing.
Yeah.
Getting out there and just literally handing out samples.
Yeah.
At places like Willie Street and Metcalf's and stuff like that.
Yeah, again, I went to this, learned about that too. So you get like a 9-minute pitch. They'll take on your product and then you can demo in their store. Because if you demo it and people say, well, can I buy it? And they take a 30% margin on that. And they don't, and I'm all for it, that's fine, but you have to sell.
Yeah, but remember, Tim Metcalf does a lot of social good stuff too.
Yeah.
He runs the Bot Fest and all that sort of stuff. I'd go directly to him and say, look, here's what my mission is. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. What advice can you give me to help get the word out in this stuff? Because if this thing takes off, here's the good that happens. He's very receptive to that.
And that's one of the reasons I'm so happy that the production is taken care of. I'm the selling person.
Right.
I'll be the one going to all the Willie Streets, demoing the product once we get up and running. That's fully what I expect.
Have you talked to Tim Metcalf?
No, because I'm waiting till we get, I was getting to this point because I wanted to make sure that I had product to offer.
And actually, Wayne Harris could help you get that connection.
Where are your curd sales channels? I know you said you sold through a bar. And where are you currently selling through?
Well, because I didn't have a machine, because I was making them myself, I was just selling local people.
So friends and family kind of thing?
Friends, family, people in the area that I didn't know. So like a lot of social media, like Madison, Madison Food Tours, she reached out for that. And I'm hoping by June I'll be able to ship because I have people all over the country that know the pepperoni ball. And they want them.
So mainly online?
I don't have e-commerce yet because we can't keep up with a volume of something like that yet. Yeah. But eventually, I think I'll have an e-commerce site.
Can you ship a perishable like that?
I can. I have to pay for shit. You have to pay So I can buy these ice packs and I can ship them through UPS, but they're expensive. And I keep telling people, you're going to be paying almost as much to ship to buy, and they don't care. They love them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Last question.
Okay, yep, sorry.
So you don't have an e-commerce site, but what's your main landing page online for people to visit? You had mentioned Facebook. Where can I go online to see what your company is?
BonniesBalls.com.
BonniesBalls.com.
And I don't have a big, I'm horrible with it. I mean, I have a Instagram, which sometimes I have my dogs on there, sometimes I have my balls on there. I mean, I'm not like, I'm not, as I said, I am not a focused, I try really hard.
I know you do.
But I am not a focused energy. Sure. And I do go to, I do a Facebook. Word of mouth has been shockingly successful.
I'm sure it has been.
And I'm just trying to start slow, like I said, because I want feed to grow with me. I'm not the kind of person who's like, why are you making enough product for me? We're gonna go together and it's gonna be good for everybody. And I'm okay if we're starting out a little slow. Because I'm already paid for it.
Is that Instagram page Bonnie's Balls?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Then I would be careful having your dogs on there. It's tough, but...
Well, they're on there wearing a big sign because they ate all of my product one day. So. We're sorry. Yeah, they were dog shamed.
That's a good post.
Abby was like, peace out, I don't care.
All right.
So, I'm sorry. Maybe I can visit on the website, but I wasn't at the Merlin Mentors yesterday. Do you do catering predominantly? Do you sell frozen goods mostly, or what are like...
They're all going to be frozen.
They're all going to be frozen? Okay.
Yes, and I haven't gotten into catering. I'm sure I don't have a problem with that once I get a capacity oven where I could actually do that. Same with festivals. When I've asked Marty, she has 40 years of experience in the industry. She's the one who helped me drop the contract and the financials. She just flat out said, we're not there yet. And so I'm going to trust her as far as volume goes.
Okay. Because when you do get to that point, you're in a college town.
Trust me, man. I know.
Student organizations, parties.
I know. It's all there.
I think it's really delicious.
It's all there. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna cut everyone off. Sorry. It's 9 o'clock again. I'm the time, queen. I just want to be respectful of everyone. So this is for you. Thank you for presenting. And then thank you for having me here. You actually get to give out the second mug to whoever your favorite question was, or the hardest question, or whatever.
I know what side my bread's buttered. No, okay. You sure? Whoever wants one, they're nice. Here you go.
My advice is free.
Yeah. So with that, everyone have a great day. There's more coffee in the back. Please bring it up. Are you good to stick around for 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'm teaching an 11 or 12 o'clock yoga class if anybody would like to join me.
Where do you teach?
Inner Fire. It's 105 degrees, so dress light.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Otherwise, everyone have a great day, and we will see you next Wednesday at 8 a.m. right here. So thank you so much.